Hello everyone, Roxabox90 here, back with some more Eldritch Moon spoilers this evening. We got a bunch of stuff, including a mythic. 2 mythics, actually. One of which I think you'll be very excited for, and one's okay. Also, we have 15,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now. Part 1 is out, and there's 3 more parts, so definitely make sure to check it out. Be subscribed so you can stay tuned for when the next parts come out. And, of course, everything else we do. Eldritch Moon spoiler, Tree of Perdition is a mythic. This is spoiled by Evan Irwin, which means, of course, as he is wont to do, he likes to flesh out into magical Christmas land and come up with crazy ways this card can be awesome. So one speculatory point he made, we'll get to in 1 second. 3 in a black for a 0/13 defender plant. I kind of wish it was a tree folk plant because it is alive. I know it's not supposed, it's supposed to be just the tree and not tree folk, but it would work really well with Doran, Tribal, and Commander. I can't have everything in life. Tap, exchange target opponent's life total with its toughness. So instead of your life total, it's your opponent's life total. This is the evil version. I guess it sucks the life from your opponent. That's the whole idea. The important thing to note here is it works with Doran 4 for 13/13. Honestly, this is going to be more powerful because Commander life totals are 40, and even if you just swap it straight out, that's 27 life down, and it's a political card because if your opponents want to remove it, then you can tap in response, get your ability on the stack, and then also you can also use it as a political playing card because this card sits around, it's a defender, not doing anything, not attacking anybody, but if you mess with me, 27 life down. A lot of potential here with this card. I also like the fact that this is speculative. This is what Evan Irwin was mentioning. I don't know if it's true. I think if you tap and put the ability on the stack and then kill this with, say, more morbid style tragic slip, then this goes to 0, which means your opponent's life total when it resolves is 0. I think there is a combo option here, and what he was saying made sense, but neither of us are high tier judges by any means. If that's true, let me know. Otherwise, it's an option, I guess. I got equipment in Russian. It's 1 and 2 equip, and it gives 3/3 to the creature. Whenever it attacks, it stays tapped down, and whenever this is removed, then you sacrifice it. So the important thing to note here about this card is that it works very well with Vigilance. It's an extremely cheap equipment, like a Vault Shot Gauntlet and the like, and you put it onto a creature with Vigilance. That's how to make it work. Curious Homunculus and Voracious Reader back to back. You have a Matador, cast for a colorless, only for instant sorceries, but still, in blue, makes sense. And then if there are 3 or more instant sorceries in your graveyard, not that difficult to do by any means either, then it flips to Voracious Reader, which is a 3/4 prowess that makes everything cheaper to cast. I don't know if it's a Storm card by any means, but it could potentially be. And I really like how the prowess effect makes it very strong and limited, and I think even constructed potential. Not likely, but potential. Bloodhall Priest is another vampire for the vampire deck, although this is another 3/4 drop, which they have a lot of them so far. It's a 4/4 for 4, enters the battlefield or attacks. If you have no cards in hand, it does 2 damage, which could be very good if you play the deck the way it's meant to be made. This is Wizard saying, literally taking a hammer and hitting it into your head, saying, didn't we give you enough discard? Didn't we give you enough vampire initiative to get your hand emptied out? We should be having Hellbent in this set. That's the feeling with this card. I don't know if it's going to get there. Having such an arbitrary requirement and otherwise being 4 for a 4/4 is very risky. Lots of upside, but lots of risk. I doubt it's going to be constructed playable, but I could be very wrong there. Gisa and Geralf. Now, if you remember these guys, we had in the Commander set, the monocolor Commander set. We had mono black and mono blue. Gisa would sacrifice creatures, let you turn them into zombies. She was pure on necromancy. Mono black, I want to quickly raise zombies and make a horde, aka Liliana. Geralf likes to stitch things together. He's a surgeon of sorts. His Geralf's Monstrosity from the last set, as you'll remember, is a weird, disgusting hybrid of things. So their abilities, of course, work in tandem. 4/4/4/4 enters the battlefield. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. During each of your turns, you may cast a zombie creature card from your graveyard. These fiends are slightly less tolerable than you. A sentiment that warms my heart, sister. Wow, love-hate relationship at its finest. 2 abilities. Put stuff from your 4 cards from your deck in your graveyard. That's Geralf, putting together a bunch of different resources to stitch together. And then Gisa is going to bring them out into the field, one at a time, to be reanimated. The 2 of them together work very in tandem. Now, of course, they're trying to push zombies. it's going to be really hard to make zombies a top tier deck. There's so many good cards. I don't quite know if this is the card that's going to make or break it, but it's going to be a lot of fun for commander players, no question. Having blue, let's say you make this a commander, a blue-black commander that gives you constant graveyard advantage in a tribal deck, they seem really strong for that. In standard, much less so. Then we got a bunch of these 2-drops. I'm just going to skip ahead briefly. None of them are really good, except for Foldarin Pariah, which is 5 for 3/3 flyer. Sack 3 other creatures you control to transform it. If you do, when it transforms, target opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. Huge commander card. Really, really strong. Also nice that it has the 3/3 madness. Mono black decks, anybody? I like it. It's very, very powerful because 3/3 flyer for 3. Think of it that way. 3/3 flyer for 3, and if you can madness it out for 1 or 2 mana, I mean, it's more or less in cost. It's 4 or 5 mana probably for its cost. For a flyer unlimited with a potential to be a board sweeper is huge. Great limited card, and with potential for constructed, although it's a bit of a reach. Hopping back down, we have Soul Separator, 3 for an artifact, tap 5, tap, sacrifice it, exile target creature card from your graveyard, put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of the card except it's a 1/1. If it's a spirit in addition to the other types, and it has flying. And then you put a black zombie creature into play with power and toughness, power equal to the card's power, toughness equal to its toughness, which means you get 2 creatures, one that's a 1/1 with the abilities, and one that's a zombified creature with the power and toughness. This is a really interesting, bizarro, duplicate style effect. Big commander card, not a question. Very, very funky and weird. Reminds me almost of the Mimeoplasm. You get 2 sides of a coin. Interesting to see what can happen with this. And the last one to discuss really is Elder Deep Fiend. 8 for a 5/6 flash, emerge 7, and whenever you cast it, tap up to 4 target permanents. This is a very, very interesting card because it's a massive limited bomb. I don't really think it's going to go anywhere else than that, maybe in Commander somewhere, but it's going to be a ridiculous bomb in limited. Wow. Okay, so that's the stuff we have for tonight. Let me know what you guys think about it all down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, then please tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe. As always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.